Hi, back again. We're going to be making trees today. I'm going to show you how to make several different types of trees. Deciduous type little trees. I don't know if you can see those. Way busy background. Anyways, I'm going to show you those. I'm going to show you the conifer types that I was making before, and various other type ones. So anyways, first thing you need to make the deciduous type ones is an old piece of extension cord. You don't need the plug on the end of it. So you just cut that off. Those are usually useless, so toss them in the garbage. You need a sharp knife. Kids, get your dad to do this, or your mom. Strip off the plastic as best you can. I pre-strip this just to save time. And then you pull the copper wire out. Okay, this is what I made that other copper tree with that I was showing in the introduction with. Sometimes you can just kind of rip it out. It depends on how good the extension cord is, you know. But usually I trim off one side all the way down. See, this one is peeling off. Excellent. So you want a bunch of this because it takes an amazing amount of it to actually fatten up a tree. So I'm going to just kind of stop there, take that piece off. Wire cutters work way better than scissors. Or use, you know, like the little cutter piece on the needle nose. Up this other piece too. See, that one didn't work this one. So, anyways, it'll be a shorter one. Okay. You want to take a couple different lengths anyways. Now, sometimes I will just kind of make a branch out of these, and then I will stick it in the wood of another tree. Like if I'm making a bigger one for, let's say, a dollhouse or you know, an indoor portion of a garden railroad, you'll want other branches. Natural branches are always the best. I mean, you go walk along a creek, or you know, even the side of the park, or you know, where a trees that they have out in the middle of the street in the boulevard, you know, take some of the little dead branches that fall down. You want the dead ones because the green ones, they don't look right. Plus, the green ones will shrink as they dry, you know, so then they fall apart on you. Okay? So, yeah, pick dead ones off the ground. Don't hurt the trees. Okay? So, I start from the trunk and work my way out to the end of the branches. It's a heck of a lot easier than trying to start a little branch and then working your way down to a bigger, fatter tree trunk. Okay? So, usually what I'll do is I'll gather up enough of these together to make as thick of a trunk that I want. Okay, in this case it's about well, we're going to make a small one. Hey, like for actually what I'm going to do with this one is I've got some runes here, and I'm going to make a little fountain with a dead tree in the middle of it. Okay, so when you get a loop like this, you got a bunch of them together. I've got two pieces from that short piece and then a loop from the bigger one. Okay, just cut the loop in half. Should have wire cutters out here, but anyways. And then twist your trunk a little bit. Sometimes it's nice to spread these out a little bit, you know, as that way it's not so well, they stick together better for you. You'll experiment. Okay, and then just start dividing these up. Twist them up a little bit, you know, and then divide them up again, twist, and just work your way out to the end and make yourself a tree. Now, the biggest thing I find that people do wrong when they're making stuff like this is that they try to make it perfect, you know, like when you go to the hobby store and you buy those little pine trees that they've got there for the ridiculous price that they charge for them, you know, they look like friggin' Christmas trees. Now, you go walking out in the bush and you'll never see a perfect Christmas tree type tree. They're always, well, you know, chaotic. Okay? So, don't try to make it perfect, because then it won't look right. You know? You want it to be misshapen. You want, you know, the branches on one side of the tree to be longer than the other side. You want, you know, one part of the tree to be bare, you know, and then, you know, be also satisfied with what you got. They'll look way better if you just make a bunch of you know, branches and stick them together. They'll actually look better. Okay, so anyways, you get your branch like this, and then, as I was saying, this flex paste stuff works really good. And that's about, because of the cost of this stuff too, this is about the only thing I use it for, or doing little touch-ups on a repair job. Let's say I've dropped this and I've chipped off the corner. Because it's made of that styrofoam, the pink styrofoam stuff, this stuff, okay? You have to coat it before you paint it again, okay? Plus, the styrofoam stuff makes it easy to repair. You just stick a toothpick in and put it together. Then I'll repair it with this and mix it with a little bit of acrylic paint just to get base coat type color right. Put it on there and then fix it, okay? So, coat this in with this stuff. Just use a brush, paint it on, okay? That's the one treat. When that's dry, I'm going to, here's one, we'll just show you on this. The stuff that I put on top of these ones is that foliage from Woodland Scenics. Let me see if I've got some here. Yeah, here's some. It comes in these little packages for, again, an exorbitant price. But the neat stuff about them is you get, like, this is fall colors. I don't know if you can tell. Pull it out. There. See, it's kind of orangey red colors. They come in all different colors. So they're designed for model railroaders, you know, trying to get realistic type looking. And does not a bad job of deciduous leaves or little bushes, okay? So once it's dried, I've glued some of that on there. You just fluff it up and glue it on. Get it a little bit closer there. Anyways, this stuff works really good too. This is sphagnum moss. You buy it from, again, Woodland Scenics. And it comes in fairly nice pieces. The problem with it though is some of it is really coarse. Like, okay, here, good example. See how this, no, you're not going to be able to see from there. Anyways, there, see how that's really coarse? Maybe. You can see. Doesn't work very good for leaves, okay? Works really good for the branches, and I'll actually use this up against a wall, and then after the glue has dried, I've glued it to, let's say, a little wall. I'll paint the bottom thick pieces brown, okay? And they look just like little trunks, and then it looks pretty good. So some people use this for trees and bushes on their train sets. Yeah, it's okay. This is another stuff that you can get from Woodland Scenics. It's called well, it's flocking, but it's clump flocking, eh? It's kind of glued together in chunks, okay? This stuff works really good, and it looks pretty good too. You just glue it on, you know, the branches and stuff like that. I don't normally make deciduous trees just because they're really time consuming, okay? They take a fair amount of time to A, twist the wire all up, and then coat it, let that dry, and then glue on the foliage and stuff. And then you're always constantly trying to fix them again, hey, because they get, you know, squished like this guy, okay? You know, and then you're constantly trying to stand them up and fluff them up, and they never look quite the same. Well, they're not bad. I mean, they're quite fixable, but they never look quite the same as you made them the first time. The other ones I make are those conifer